Wow, we're in the longest government shutdown in the history of this country. And unlike the previous ones, like the ones I've been alive or can remember, this is different. The previous shutdown was not this bad. But this shutdown this time has truly exposed just how cruel a lot of Americans truly are. This shouldn't be a debate. Feeding people shouldn't even be a debate. It's common decency. It's what a civilized society does. You don't let people go hungry. But let's be honest, people were food insecure before the government shut down. And did the Democrats do anything about that? No. People are increasingly becoming food insecure because they cannot afford food. And then you have ghouls telling people to get a job if they want to eat, as if they're not already fucking doing that. I mean, it's so tone deaf. Like, these people have been conditioned to believe that everyone that accepts any assistance from the government is some sort of leech, when people just do what they have to survive. Like, here's a question. Why do people rely on these programs to begin with? Why are these programs even necessary? Why do people accept the help to begin with? That's the question they should be asking, but they don't want to do that because Americans are as cruel as Israelis, if not worse, actually. Israelis are open and blazing about their cruelty and their sociopathy, but Americans, they act all self-righteous. Like, I don't want to hear from any American about starving children in Palestine when you're okay with your government doing it to your own people. Like, fuck. Either Trump and the Supreme Court are begging to be killed by hungry people, or they're just fucking plain ass evil. Of course, I just think it's both. Like, Trump went to the Supreme Court of fascists to stop what he's expected and should be doing is feeding the people. He went to the Supreme Court to continue to starve people. He's using starvation as a weapon, just like his buddy Benjamin Netanyahu. And you have a lot of Americans that are okay with that. Yeah, the Trump supporters who laugh and being gleeful, oh, they should get a real job. As if they already don't have a job. As if like basically claiming if you don't have a job, you deserve to starve. Even though a lot of Trump's own base are those people. Make this make sense, people. Make this make sense. That you expect a disabled person who can't work because whatever disability they have, whether it's physical or mental, and you expect them to get a job just so they don't starve. You expect children who didn't choose to be born in this world to just work. This is why the most radical thing you could do right now is to have empathy. Because sociopathy, unfortunately, is normalized in this country and always has been normalized. There has been one point in American history where there hasn't been a sociopath undercurrent in the American psyche. What I've been seeing from this current government has only reinforced my position that this country doesn't deserve to be saved. This country deserves to burn. Because when you have enough Americans in this sick society that thinks it's okay to starve people because, oh, they didn't get lucky in life, or they voted for the wrong person, so they deserve to starve. And to me, I think that's sick. I don't think anyone should fucking starve. Starvation is a fucking one of the most painful and cruelest ways you can fucking die. Nobody should fucking starve. And people's like, oh, no one's gonna starve to death. Oh, it could happen. You think it can't happen? How is someone who's severely disabled supposed to get food? With how alienated a lot of people are in this society, if you're disabled, unless you have some connection in some way, you're going to starve to death. But this country has been conditioned in its populace not to care about the disabled, to view us as nothing more than bottom feeders, to view us as useless eaters, that in order for us to have any sort of assistance, we have to basically grovel and live in the most shittiest possible conditions imaginable because we're not suffering enough. That's just the mentality of the average American. You cannot basically just have dignity. You cannot just basically you get help and just go on your life. You have to basically go through a humiliation ritual in order to be considered worth helping. That's not helping someone. That's just making things unnecessarily more difficult. Yes, I am harsh about Americans, but I do think Americans are fucked up. Extremely fucked up. The very fact is you can get arrested for feeding homeless people, for housing homeless people. Is that a society worth fucking preserving? It doesn't matter how this government shutdown ends up. There's no going back from this. There is no going back. The Supreme Court, you can't trust these fucking fascists not to side with Trump or his successors. The very fact is he went to them in order to circumvent an order for him to feed people. And I know there's those who push those idiotic fucking points that Trump's propagandists like Tim Pool pull. Oh, there's just no money. There fucking clearly is money that was set aside exactly for this kind of situation. But of course, Trump's propagandists don't give a shit because to them, the poor are not fucking human beings. They don't deserve to be fed, even if they're part of Trump's own base. I would be saying this about the Democrats if they were in power. So don't think I'm a fucking Democrat for any idiot that comments in this video, because seriously, in 2025, still doing this bipartisan nonsense, get help. I'm not joking. I'm serious. Both parties do not have your best interests at heart. In this shutdown, neither party gives a shit about us, but one party is being strategic and the other is just being plain stupid. The Republicans are showing open contempt for their own base and gaslighting them. Oh, the economy is fine. Everything is cheaper than it was when Biden was in charge. Even though anyone who doesn't live in a fucking bubble, who actually goes shopping regularly, could clearly see prices have not fucking gotten cheaper and they've gotten more expensive. And let's not kid ourselves. The real reason for this shutdown in the first place, it's to protect pedophiles. The Republican Party is a party of pedophiles. It's where the pedophiles go. It's where the pedophiles who are open and proud of it go to defend other pedophiles. In fact, I would be surprised if Mike Johnson is also on the Epstein list. And that's why he has a vested interest in not having the files released. All this to protect pedophiles. Democrats to protect Nazis, the Republicans to protect pedophiles. They're the same side of the same duopoly. Let's be real, Democrats have pedophiles in the party too. And I wouldn't be surprised if they want to cover up the Epstein files as well. Because how many of them are on that list is two. If the Epstein files would destroy this country, then let them release them. Release them. A country that protects pedophiles, a country that is willing to starve its own citizens, a country that is willing to support a man-child that's spending over $300 million, possibly more, to build a golden ballroom in the West Wing, while people can't even put food on the table. That's not a country worth saving. It's not. When you have a country where we're basically living in a dystopia that is made for rich people, this is not a country worth saving. If you think there won't be a Gen Z revolution in America if this continues, you don't fucking know what's coming. Continue poking the bear, Republicans. Continue, because you'll suffer the same fate as the Tsar and King Louis. Because there's nothing more dangerous than tens of millions of people with nothing to lose. Because that is where we're heading. Do I think the government shutdown will last long enough for that to happen? I cannot say. I don't have a crystal ball. But I will end this video with this last thing. Release the Epstein files. All pedophiles should face the wall. And I think the person that should be up front should be Trump.